Greetings, chess people. I have a training game for you today, and it's actually in a Blackmar Diemer Gambit. Now, I have some knowledge in the Blackmar Diemer Gambit. I've got just a little bit of literature on the topic, right? And so I know just like a thing or two about it, if I do say so myself. But I don't see it much on chess.com, so it was pretty neat to see a Blackmar Diemer Gambit. So let's get right on into it, shall we? I think my cats are trying to destroy something. Like a plastic bag or something. Hopefully it's not a problem. Alright, d4, knight f6. This alone could be about a dozen things, right? But as stated previously, we're going to get a Blackmar Diemer Gambit with e4. Now, the idea behind the Blackmar Diemer is to give up this pawn in exchange for some rapid development. Sparkling water. Okay. And I will take that pawn because I'm not afraid of the challenge. So let's see what you got, right? Now, white would love to remove all of my support for this pawn, and then he wants to take it. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to counterattack that queen, and he's going to have to respond somehow. Knight to e2, for instance. But now we just get a really solid position with e6, and he's really going to make it his goal in life to get this pawn. But after he kicks the bishop, we just move it back to defend that pawn, and we're good. We're sitting pretty, right? Okay, g4. Back goes the bishop. We're fine here, right? And like I said, this guy's just obsessed with this pawn. So he wants to eliminate the bishop and then take the pawn. Well, at this point, look, I'm out of squares. You go ahead and take that bishop. You earned it. I'm going to play bishop g4. I'm going to keep developing. All right. You earned it. You take it. Enjoy. I'll have my open H file. This will be fine. Queen e2. Again, just obsessed with that pawn, right? Of course, this isn't really defending because it's pinned. So he wants to take this badly. Okay. So instead, I just chop this knight off. I figure, okay, if I look at this position, he really wants to castle queenside, kind of get an attack going on this file. I don't want that. I don't want that. True, I could have played knight c6, hitting this undefended pawn, but you know what? Let's just mess up the structure, and I think we're good here. See, now he's not going to castle queenside. Not going to castle queenside. In comes the knight, defending, right? Okay. Bishop g2. Again, I'm a broken record. He's obsessed with this pawn. Absolutely obsessed. So look, man, you want to get every single piece attacking that pawn, go right ahead, okay? I'm just going to castle. It's going to be solid. All right. You earned it, okay? We're even. You got the pawn. All it took was like 12 moves and your pawn structure and doubled pawns, and that's worth it for you, man. That's fine. That's fine. So, c6, going to get a nice peachy pawn structure here. Kind of looks like a Caro-Kann, right? And I think he's trying to get a little aggressive. He starts to push this h4 pawn. Well, guess what? I don't care. It's not bothering me. I'm going to start hitting weaknesses, right? It's a weak pawn. I'm going to start hitting that weakness. And he chooses to retreat. Now this does not spark joy, this bishop move. I and my queen, right? So I notice, okay, you got the bishop pair. I don't like that. Let's get rid of that bishop pair. Mission accomplished, right? Queen takes, and in goes the knight. Back goes the queen. Game continues. Now we have a golden opportunity to trade down to an endgame, which I think I will win. I think I will win. Pretty confident about that. So I'm going to trade my queen, and I'm going to take those c pawns, and I'm going to target them with my rooks, and then I'm going to win. That's what's going to happen. All right. Queen takes, pawn takes. You kind of get your choice of which way to take. Well, I want to open this file so I can attack those pawns. C takes, right? All right, and here I think a better move would have been knight to g3, and after something like this, I can kind of I can come back, right? And I can still use this. I think this bishop's probably not as useful as I think it is, because these are all in dark squares. I think my knight has really more mobility, so maybe I shouldn't have traded the knight, but I thought, you know what? I think this is favoring me. I think I'm going to be okay here. So again, the long-term plan, hit those pawns. So here we go. Rook A to C1, hitting the C3 pawn. And now he's trying to hit my pawns. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Now, rather than play B6, I play rook to C7, since I really wanted to get this move in anyways. See, so I could double, put all this pressure here. But now I can have the benefit of defending B7 and attacking these pawns. So, our opponent here jumps down to B3. He's going to have a long-term issue defending this pawn, so he wants to put his rook there. Now his king can run off and do other things, right? Go have a life of its own somewhere. And we double, as discussed previously. Now he doubles. Now I'd better play B6, right? Because this is pressure I don't want to deal with. B6 alleviates all pressure. But he's going to try and add some more with A4. Not a problem, not a problem. A well-timed F6 will win the day here. If takes, I don't think white wants to deal with this. Look at this lovely center, this lovely king side here. These pawns are disjointed. They're not helping each other out. I think I'm winning here. He cannot allow this. So, instead of take, he reinforces. And now, all hail the triple pawn totem pole, right? Beautiful. It's actually a good thing, because whichever way this opened up, I have a file to use now. So I'm really hoping I get one of these opened up. We move up the king to F7. Simple idea. We just want to get this king out of the way so we can get our rooks into the game. Now, white knows this. He was born at night, but he wasn't born last night. So he doesn't want to give me control of that file. He doesn't want to just give it away, right? So white's going to put a rook there first. So I got to find a way to contest control of this file. How can I do this? Well, first I'm going to start with rook to G8. Getting out of my own way so I can double my rooks looking this way. It makes perfect sense. Okay, king is off in his misadventures. And down goes the rook, just like we said. Now I can trade on H8 and gain access to this file. Very useful. All right. King's coming in. He realizes, oh God, I have to help. I have to do something this game. So king's running to G2 to try and defend this file. And now, just like we said, we're going to trade these pieces. King comes in to defend the square. So if I take, he will leap in there, right? But I don't care. I'm going to take anyways. And then replace that rook immediately. Okay. Now, this king has to constantly be tied down to defending these squares. All these squares here. So I can sneak in here. I can infiltrate. Rook H4, hitting the pawn. Now, he's really got to come forward and defend. But when he comes forward, he's abandoning his back rank. So, in goes the rook. Back goes the king. But guess what? The damage is done. I'm already in. I can go here. I can go there. I can chop, and I can win the game. So let's see what happens. Rook A1, hitting that pawn, right? All right. How's he going to defend this? Well, in comes the rook, but guess what? I'll just hit both pawns at once. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? Nothing. So, for some reason, he defends none of them, and I just take. And then he goes back, so I target the other one. Don't know what my opponent's doing here. And in comes the king, but guess what? I could take that pawn, sir. So now he's really just kind of on desk duty watching this C3 pawn. And it's like I said, these pawns were a long-term liability. So now we're going to bring our king in. We're going to win this game, right? And white really has to get his king in the game too, so it's kind of a little race. But spoiler alert, mine's a little more active. Now, he can chase my rook around, but guess what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to win this game. He attacks the a-pawn. Too easy. We defend it. And the beauty here is I can just run from this king. I can have tons of mobility with this rook. And white really can't defend all these weaknesses at once. With proper play here, we might have seen a draw, but remember, I'm playing a human being, right? Not a machine. So, you know, we don't see proper play. Case in point, this next move, my king can just defend, right? Very simple. Very simple. He's got nothing here. But this is the move I'm talking about. Okay, very logical, trying to open the position. Unfortunately, it blunders the whole game. So what do I mean by that? Well, just take a moment, see if you can see this very human error for what it is. See if you can find a killer move. And you found it. What do you know? Rook h3, and he's... yeah, he resigned. So, with proper play, it probably would have been a draw a little earlier. But now, outside pass pawn, no, not a draw anymore. Especially with that c4 push. Sorry, I gotta bring the hammer down, right? I mean, gonna win that rook, win the day, and march that pawn up and make a queen. So, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of a game I played. I hope the cats weren't too distracting. They're kind of crazy, so, but we love them. So keep calm and chess on and all that good stuff. Take care.